say no to chapped lips. Hi guys, today is going to be chit chat. Today we're going to be talking about some of the lessons that I learned in my teen years now as a 20-year-old adult. I'm going to be getting my points from my sister's second phone. Hopefully I can see it because the quality. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about some of the lessons that I learned as a teenager or in my teen years. So let's say from 12 to 19, maybe even 10 to 19. And I feel like there are lots of videos on lessons to learn in your 20s, lessons to learn in your 30s, but very few on lessons to learn in your teen years. So here are a few lessons that I learned in my teen years. And we'll be doing so while getting my makeup done, just very light bit for content later. If you're new on my channel, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Be intentional about the things you do and don't always do it for the plot. I realized that I wasn't connected to my mic, but thank God that the previous footage you can hear it. And also, if you see me looking down a lot, I just want to make sure that it's not dead because I don't want a repeat of what has happened severally in the past. Live intentionally and Jesus. My concealer just broke. Jesus Christ, you guys, this is disheartening. Anyways, as I was saying, live intentionally and don't always do it for the plot. People have this tendency, mostly in your teen years, to be like, oh, you're only young ones. Just make that bad decision and regret it later. I've never quite understood that concept of living, if I'm being very honest. Like, why would you intentionally make a bad decision and regret it later because you are young? Please do not be doing that. To me, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, it does not. Anyways, live intentionally. That's my point. Live intentionally. This is not to say that you will not make mistakes as a teenager. You will make a lot of mistakes because this is also your first time doing life. But there are avoidable mistakes. You don't have to intentionally use your hand to spoil your life. What I'm saying, like, you don't have to actually always do things for the plot. You know that the plot will have a twist, and the twist will not be in your favor. So why do that to yourself? Live intentionally. Don't live for the plot. Don't do it for the plot. Live purposefully. So that's something that not only teenagers but young adults need to learn. This is my life now. To live with intentionality, because in this life that you live is yours, and any bad decision that you make, you will take responsibility for it. So you can as well make sure that the decisions that you're making are not the ones that you regret later. Next is give people grace, but know when to walk away. And this is something that I wish I knew earlier, because I don't have any regrets. So I wouldn't say I wish. I think the time I learned it was the right time. That's how I believe things are. But give people grace, because we're not perfect. Kind of person that I am very quick to do away with somebody that misbehaves near me. And this is not to say that I tolerate rubbish or I give grace to everything. Like, I will forgive you if you do me wrong, but it doesn't mean that, depending on the offense, that you stay in my life. Because there are just some things that I will absolutely not have. But what I'm trying to say is nobody is perfect, and even God doesn't expect perfection from us. But therefore, rather, you must learn how to give people grace. When people wrong you, sometimes just accept people for who they are and just, forgive them. People will step on your toes. You will step on toes of people. So don't expect perfection from anybody. Learn to give people grace, because nobody is perfect. We're all doing life for the first time. Everybody's basically winging it here. So, like I said, Learn to give grace to people, but also know how and when to walk away from situations. Just because you are giving grace to someone who did you wrong does not mean that is everything that you condone, to be honest. If there's one thing that I wish I was held by the ear and told when I was in my teen years, when I was in secondary school or high school, is learn to walk away from friendships, relationships that are not serving you. Give people grace for who they are and for the sake of their humanity, but learn to walk away from people that don't treat you right. Learn to walk away from certain situations, certain friendships, because at the end of the day, it's causing more harm than good. Like, why are you in a friendship or a relationship that is clearly toxic? That doesn't serve you, that drains you physically, emotionally, spiritually. Know when to walk away. It's not every situation, every friendship that you should stay in. Some people just do not deserve your presence. So know when to walk away, and your non-negotiables, make sure that you are not negotiating it. If betrayal, if gossip behind your back is something that you absolutely do not accept, for instance, when you see your friend doing it and they do it consistently, and this thing hurts your feelings, you've told them several times, but they still continue to do it, my dear, go and find you some new friends. Go and find you some new friends that would genuinely love and value you for who you are. And it's not like my conventional everyday makeup. This is just something light. And also, in my teen years, mostly in high school, if there's something that I would tell a teenager right now is all that mean girl thing is basically rubbish. Like, why are you mean to people? Why are you trying to act like you are the queen or you are like the boss? Like, are you being for real? That thing is so dumb to me. Like, and I feel like people who still carry that attitude even in their adult years, they need to get checks. Like, they need some help, because what do you mean you are in university and you're trying to be a mean girl? Like, really, don't you evolve or something? Don't rush. Want to go fast, want to be in your 20s fast, you want to be an adult quickly. Slow down, okay? You don't have to rush. Like, live your life. There is time for everything. One thing that I am highly against is when people skip classes for the sake of, oh, they are mature, oh, they are intelligent, they can handle it. Like, don't rush. Do not rush. Don't try to do things that adults do. Enjoy your teen years as a teenager. Like, be a teenager. Don't try to be an adult in your teen years. There's no need to rush. Your time will still come. You will still be an adult. So don't be trying to rush in your teen years. I mean, what is the point of trying to be an adult in your teen years, and when you now become an adult, you now get tired of it? You know? Learn to try new things. Now, one thing about me is, or one thing about me when I was a teenager is I was not as adventurous as I was when I was younger, like much younger. When I was much younger, there were a lot of things that I was doing, all my interests that I'm slowly falling back to as an adult. I just wasn't in it as a teenager. And I wish that is something that I actually really dabble into, like to try new things, to explore, to live life, to socialize more, go and join that club, go and make that new friend, go and try to, do new things, something that you've not done before. I really don't know. I can't exactly trace what killed my adventurous spirit in when I was in high school, because man, secondary school, in primary school, I was a very adventurous child. So many things that I loved to do, so many things that I dabbled into. And when I just entered secondary school, I just lost interest in doing those things. And I cannot tell you why. Try out new things. There is so much more to life than just your academics. Join the club, socialize, talk to people more. Not everybody should be your friend, but definitely have friends. And that one is learn to communicate. Now, my poor communication skills led to some of my friendships really going down the drain, if I'm being like very honest with myself. In my teen years, when someone offends me or constantly does something that I don't like, because I didn't know how to communicate and let them know that, oh, this thing that you're doing, I don't like it. My initial response is to ghost. I do not like confrontation. I do not like to face my feelings. I don't even like to express them, talk more of facing them. So whenever someone does something to me that I didn't like, my my initial response is ghost. Like I would just begin to drift away from you and never speak to you again and like just live my life. Which when I began to embark on my journey of healing, I realized that that is not right. That is not right because the other person will probably be thinking like, oh, what did I do to her? She's not talking to me again. She is now avoiding me and things like that. And that was like that was actually a wrong move. If someone offended me, I do not know how to say, oh, this thing that you did, I don't like it because I do not like confrontation. So my response is disappear, ghost, which affected some of my friendships in my teen years. So one thing I'll say is learn to communicate. Learn to open your mouth and say what you want and what you need. Vocalize your needs. That's something that I wish I knew how to do because I just knew how to ghost. Like when it comes to ghosting and avoiding people, I was great at it. Just have to like step on my toes or piss me off like once or twice. You won't see me again. I don't run, which is not the best approach to life because people will just go about their day thinking that oh they must have offended you or you just stop talking to them and things like that. So I really wish that I knew how to communicate more because if I did, a lot of my friendships would have been in better positions, if that makes sense. Learn to vocalize and express your feelings to your friends. And if truly they are your friends, they would understand, they would respect your boundaries, they would respect your wishes. Something got in my eye, I think it's the makeup. I think it's the makeup. Honestly, right now I'm just winging it. Like I'm not even following the regular steps that I do. I just be doing anything right now. Another lesson. This lesson is also in relations to the last lesson that I just spoke of, and it is vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. In my teen years, mostly when I was in high school, I was in high school from the age of 10 to 16. Yes, I turned 16. I think when I was writing WAEC, imagine. Anyways, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. This is something that younger, like 12, 13, 14-year-old Amarachi gets to hear. That whole tag of, oh, you're a hard guy, you don't feel emotions, you're strong and stuff like that. You don't express emotions, like you're just living your life, you really don't care. That was just the outward appearance. That was not my reality at all. Because I didn't know, I was never taught how or the importance of vulnerability. Instead, when it comes to being vulnerable, it's not something that was particularly encouraged in my household growing up. It's something that I just had to learn on my own. But vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. Being able to express your feelings, to sit with your emotions, actually feel your emotions, to cry if you feel sad. All these things like they were not encouraged in the Nigerian household that I grew up in. So I didn't know how to do this. And I always felt that oh, if you are vulnerable, you are weak, you're not strong, blah blah blah. That's something that affected not just my friendships, but me as well. Because I didn't know how to express my emotions. Vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of strength because your emotions are so unpredictable. For you to be able to sit with them, to bring them under control, to feel your emotions and then to navigate it, that's strength. That is a sign of strength. And if you think about it, we are human beings and God created us with all these emotions that we are wired with. So you not allowing yourself to express those emotions, to feel your feelings, is actually dehumanizing. Like you are dehumanizing yourself. If you think about it, that's something that I had to learn because in all honesty, it's not easy. It's easier said than done, but it is doable. It's doable for you to change, to rewire your brain to actually allow you to feel your feelings. If I can do it, you can too. And all that hard guy, hard guy, hard guy. Who hard guy help? Who? And the thing is, when everybody knows you are, oh, you're a hard guy, you don't express emotions and stuff like that. When you're actually going through something, you'll be dying in silence. Like because you don't want to show off as emotional, you don't want to show off as um being that way. Deep inside, you obviously have emotional needs. You'll be dying inside because you don't have anyone to talk to. You cannot allow yourself to express those emotions. In secondary school, from like from secondary school to like my 200 level university, I was basically like a bottle of Coke where you put Mentos inside. If you open it, it will pop. It will pop. Like it will explode in your face. Yeah. The dynamics of your friendship will change. The dynamics of your friendship will change. This is something that when I left secondary school to university, I had to be okay with. I was admitted into secondary school at the age of 10 and I finished at the age of 16. I graduated from secondary school, yeah, at the age of 16, gained admission to university. So I entered university at the age of 16 and then graduated at the age of 19. But my official graduation ceremony is next month by the grace of God. And I'm already 20, but basically I was doing my exams at the age of 19. And through those times from when I left secondary school to university, I changed a lot. Like my self-development journey and era began. I became closer to God. I became more conscious of the love of God and the presence of God in my life. So I went through a lot of internal changes for my good, which basically made me the woman I am today. So that's how it is in life. The dynamics of your relationships, of your friendships will change because you change and your friends change as well. So like you're not the same people that you used to be. There are some cases where oh you guys will still be close, you'll still be like-minded, you still have things in common. But there are just sometimes where you just grow apart and you are now similar in thinking, in interest, and that's just how life is. So you have to be okay with that sometimes. You have to be okay with the dynamics of your friendship changing. And even though it's painful and it's hard, that's just the reality of life, to be honest. It's not all your friendships from secondary school that will follow you to university. It's not all your friendships from university that will follow you to the rest of your life. So you have to be okay with that. And that is hard, it's painful. And it's also okay to grieve the loss and the end of those relationships, of those friendships. But when you notice that, oh, you and this person, you guys no longer think alike, you guys no longer have anything in common, even when you talk, your conversations are a bit bland, and there's just a lot of dissimilarity. It's okay to grieve the end of that friendship. It's not everybody that will follow you to every season of your life. There are some people that are there in your life for a season to teach you a lesson or for you to just have fun with. But when you begin to go higher, they may not follow you there. And the same thing for you to people. It's not everybody's growth in every season that will accommodate you, and you have to be okay with that. So the dynamics of your friendship will change, and that is completely fine. You will still love them, even if from afar. You will still cherish them, and obviously be cordial with them. But it's not like you guys are close as you used to be. Sometimes we tend to hold on to things that are clearly no longer working and clearly no longer for us. But it's okay to let them go. It is. This lesson, learn from other people's mistakes. In life, you will make your own mistakes, granted. I think I'm doing my makeup. Oh. I don't seem to know what to do next. I don't want to apply mascara. Anyways, as I was saying, in life, in life, you will make mistakes. That one is inevitable, an inevitable fact of life that you will make mistakes. But there are some things that will happen to people and they will make certain mistakes that you can learn from as well. What I'm saying is, it's not everything that you have to wait for your turn to learn. For instance, you notice that you have a friend who, what will I say? Let's say, okay, you have a friend who was in, for instance, a toxic relationship. Maybe someone that is emotionally unavailable, abusive physically or emotionally, and you see how that person was severely affected from that relationship. You don't have to enter your own toxic relationship for you to learn that lesson that toxic people are not good for you. Do you understand that analogy? There are a lot of things that I learned as a person from other people. Like other people made those mistakes and I learned it. I didn't have to wait to make those mistakes before I learned because I mean, you've already seen it happen to someone, you've already seen the clear consequence of that action. So why are you waiting till it's your turn? Why do you want to go and try it out to see if if your case will be will be different or the same? This is subjective obviously, but just know that it's not like there are some mistakes that people will make that you can learn from and should guide you as the path that you should not walk on or walk through. So yeah, learn from other people's mistakes. Don't be in a hurry to be in a relationship. I mean a romantic relationship. And before you enter a relationship, at least, even if you didn't know a lot as a teenager, you would have some values, you would have some things that you expect from a partner. If that person doesn't give you those things, go away. You don't have to stay in relationships just because, oh, your friends are doing it, your friends are there, and just want to feel among. Doesn't always end well, though. Just letting you know. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to rush to enter a relationship in your teen years. Most of those things they don't to last. If you know what I mean. Some does, some doesn't. But don't be in a hurry. Don't follow the crowd. Do what you want to do. If you know that you don't want to be in a relationship, you know that oh this person is not good for you. Even if all your friends are in a relationship, which can be to some people anyways pressuring, you don't have to. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a very dark shade of hmm, are we still recording? Yeah. This is this is from my eyeshadow palette. This color right here. So cute. I like it. Mm, 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 mm. What's that slang? It's tea. It's tea. Such an old Gen Z. Let me see if I have any other tip for you guys. Yes. This lesson that I learned, your parents may not always be in support of the things that you want to do or of everything you want to do. But if you know that that thing that you're doing is right, is something that God is calling you towards, go ahead. Go ahead. There are a lot of things in my life that my parents were not in support of me doing, because number one, it had nothing to do with my academics, and number two, it was not something that they are used to or was done in their family or they grew up with. So it was completely alien to them, and therefore they were not interested in me walking that path. But I knew that this is something that that God was calling me to. This is something that I've taken interest in, and it was genuinely for a good cause, and there was nothing wrong with it. I went ahead in that ways. I went ahead anyways, because your parents will not always understand the vision. Sometimes your parents are like the brothers of Joseph. What's falling down? Now, sometimes your parents are like the brothers of Joseph. They will not understand your vision. They will not support you. But at the end of the day, they might even benefit from it. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? But yeah, your parents may not always support everything that you did. And I think that for me made me develop a tough skin towards a lot of things. Like I've had ventures that or paths that I explored that my parents were not in support of, but I did it anyways, and it turned out good for me. So imagine a stranger, someone that I don't know, giving their opinion on something that I want to venture into. Like, oh, don't do that. Nah, nah. Why would I listen to you? If I've had similar experiences with family, people that are close to me, why would I listen to you? Didn't start today. Didn't start today. You know what I'm saying is your parents will not support you in everything that you want to do. There's some things that they will just not understand. And you will not necessarily blame them for that, but that should not stop you from doing what you want to do. That should not stop you from being who God has called you to be. People's opinions about me and the things that I want to do is the very least of my problems. In fact, it's not even amongst my problems because I don't even take it into account. Yeah. Oh, cute. I need to buy another lip oil. I'm literally shaking it because I'm not finished. Mm. Loving today's makeup look is giving soft. Did I ask you? Did I ask you? But yeah, your parents will not always support everything that you want to do. You don't have to be angry at them. You don't have to hate them for it. Just use that as motivation to do what you want to do. I remember when I started out makeup. Makeup is something that isn't done in my family. Like the women in my family, they do not do makeup. My mom's siblings, my dad's siblings, like they don't do makeup. So when I started doing makeup, like professionally, for myself and even for clients in school. To my mom, it was so strange. So I got a lot of discouragement because it's something that she was alien to, and to her, it just did not make sense to her. But I did it either ways. It was literally a side hustle for me in school that got me or made me extra money at the side, do makeup for people and even for myself. I saved a lot of money and energy because I know how to do my own makeup. Another lesson, I think this will be the last lesson. I don't know if I'll do part two of this, I don't know. But this one is so core to me, like it's so fundamental to me. And a part of me actually wished that I knew this. But because I don't regret anything in my life, I don't wish. I knew it at the right time. And this is my advice to you. If you're a teenager hearing this or watching this video, people pleasing will do you no good. I promise you, I can tell you for a fact, shrinking yourself, shrinking your desires, shrinking your values, all the things that, in fact, negotiating your non negotiables just so that you can please someone who doesn't even put food on your table or someone who you don't even know. Like it will do you no good. People pleasing will do you no good. I used to be a huge people pleaser in my teen years. Like I just wanted people to like me and things like that. But then as I got older, I realized that you like me for who I am. I don't have to please you for you to like me. That's manipulative in my opinion. It's like subtle manipulation for me to please you so that you like me. I don't have to do that. If you don't like me, that's fine. I don't like everybody, so I just want everybody to like me. And that's really the reality of life. Like I made so many mistakes, wrong choices, stayed back in friendships that I should not have, because I was trying to please people. Like, it doesn't help. I'm telling you, I promise you, people pleasing will do you no good. If you're a people pleaser, I will advise you to begin to see yourself in the best possible way. See yourself the way God sees you. And when you really do, you realize that you don't have to make people to like you. People will like you for who you are. Like when you please people, when you're doing things that people want for you to stick around them, it's like you are doing it for them, not for yourself, which is very inauthentic. It is very, very inauthentic. That's not the way to live life. It's not. People pleasing will do you no good. Emotionally, it will do you no good. So you don't have to please people. You really don't. Girl to girl, teen to for adults. Yeah, because I'm not a teen anymore. You should see yourself as the amazing person that you are, and anybody who appreciates that will stick around for a long time. You don't have to please anybody to look good or just to feel good about yourself. And if you're a people pleaser, you also need to look inward and realize or understand where that comes from. Were you someone who, growing up, your parents loved you on conditional basis? When you did something for them, when you pass your exams, when you do well in that test, when you do something for them, that's the only time they show you love. That's conditional. And sometimes that could be a driving factor of people pleasing, because now you feel like, oh, people won't actually like you for who you are, so you have to put up an act, you have to do things for them, things that they would like for them to like and accept you. But really, that's not it. That is not it. So I encourage you to heal from that. And yeah, I think that would be all for today, because I'm done my makeup and this is just the bit cute, light, simple. I didn't want to do a full face. That will be all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a thing or two and you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe, so that this video will continue to get more views and to grow as a family. So yeah, thank you beautiful people for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.